Hi, long day. The good news is I'm going to talk about travel. And the first thing I'm going to say is that these guys, the founders of the company, traveled back from the US to start the company. So it's sort of a reverse brain drain. I traveled back too, but I'm not counting myself in that brain drain comment. The other thing that I think is exciting, just at a high level about Rome2rio, is that it's about a technology shift that has to happen. I feel really old here in this audience. I remember watching black and white TV, but just for a few minutes. And I never think about it again, ever, because once you've seen colour TV, you don't want black and white TV again. And it's the same with the sort of shift that we're on the cusp of in the online travel space, and that's the shift between travel search results that just show you how to fly between two airports and a Rome2rio results which shows you all of the ways to get between where you are and where you actually want to go. And I'll explain more about that in a minute. First of all, just to size the market, it's really big. All of you, I'm sure, have used travel search many, many times. You may love it, you may be frustrated by it, you may not have thought of what I'm talking to you about, but I'm sure it'll ring true as we talk about it some more. We use sites like this, Webjet. If we were living in Czechoslovakia, we'd use a site like this. There's about 10,000 sites around the world. Nobody keeps count. They pop up every day. Some are very big, some are billion-dollar operations, some are very small. They get 1 or 2 bookings a day. This is a case of where the technology has caught up with the reality, just like black and white and colour TV. The reality is we don't just fly places. In order to get to where we actually want to go, it may make more sense to go on the train or on a ferry or on a coach or a bus, if you want to use the low rent word for it, or if you're near an autobahn or you just like driving, it may be better not to fly but to rent a car or take your own car. Once you have the ability to deliver a search result that says the best way to get between where you're coming from and where you're going to is by a number of different modes of transport and not just by plane, which is the way we do it today, it opens up the whole world. If you said you wanted to go to Kyoto, which is a really cool place to go to, and I'm sure many of us have been there, and we went on the Qantas site and said Sydney to Kyoto, this is what it would say. And that's what virtually all travel sites say today. They say Kyoto doesn't exist. Not just Kyoto, but in fact, all of the really cool places that you would want to go to. Guess what? Nobody wants to go to Heathrow. Nobody wants to go to Narita or Kingsford Smith or Tullamarine. These are not places that are high up there on the list. We actually want to go to these places. This is what a Rome2rio search result looks like. One of those pictures on the last page was Capri. Best way to get to Capri from Sydney is to fly to Rome, take a train to Naples, and then take a ferry out to the island. Now that's a complete, meaningful, realistic search result that makes sense. If you're in India, you don't have a lot of money, the best way to get to Mumbai, to Agra, is not to fly. That may only take 5 hours and the bus may take 28. Believe me, the best way to go if you're in India is to take the bus. And if you're in London, the best way to get from London to Ghent in Belgium, lovely place, is to take the train. High-speed rail drives everything in Europe on all those routes that are less than 5 hours. Just makes more sense, but ask a travel site how to get from London to Ghent, and it's going to tell you to fly. It's complete lunacy. We're in the consumer section, but we're not going to try and compete with those 10,000 sites that are out there. They're doing a wonderful job, and they just need to make the shift from colour TV, from black and white TV to colour TV, from single-mode search results, air-only, to multimodal search results. It's very, very hard to do. The technology is hard. Many have tried. Most have failed. The founders of Rome2rio were working at Microsoft in the Bing group, making Bing go fast, took that brain set, applied it to this problem. We have a solution that delivers results in Bing-style, Google-style times, getting a result back in about a second. This is the model that we've adopted. It's the Dolby Digital, Intel Inside model. The way online travel sites work is that they don't build the technology themselves, they license it from others. We're going to displace many of the others who currently deliver search results to them. So, Rome2rio, born in Australia where we know how to travel, we're better at it than the Americans, and we're going to change the world.